What was the grimiest thing your friend ever did to you? I'll go first.
Alright, so I seen this trend on TikTok. It was like, what's the grimiest thing your friend ever did? Bet. So this semester I'm obviously a senior. I'm about to graduate in December or whatever. Last semester I was a junior. So last semester we had to take this class called Capstone. It was a capstone class for our major. Basically, it was like a long group project where you had to work with a team, come up with a business plan, come up with a brand, and present it to the class in order to like try to sell it. So my group consisted of three other people, like myself and then three other people, three other females or whatever. Two of them I knew, one of them I didn't really know, but it was cool for the most part. But whole semester kind of rocky, like the whole semester, like we can't really get along. We ain't we ain't agreeing on stuff. I'm like, yo, I just want this to be over, my guy. Like, please, please, please. End of the semester finally come right. We present, we get it done, we turn in our paper. We lit, and the whole time, keep in mind, when we presented to the class loving our project. Like, we was the first project the class reacted to like that. The whole time, they're like, we love this is so creative, this is so cool, so we're lit. Like, give me a shot after this, because I'm about to get a 100. Fuck you talking about? Our professor emails us like, this project was so horrible. I'm like, what are you talking about? Threw me off because towards the middle of the semester, like, we was like sending her progress on our project and she took we was the only project she took to show as representation to the class. Like, oh, this is so good, it's outside the box, it's this, it's that, and the third. So you would think we would be mad at the professor, like, no. Group evaluations doing shit. So we like, all right, I'm not even about to think hard about this. We all college students, I'm giving everybody a 10. That's obvious, right? Well, especially if I fuck with y'all, like, that's obvious. That wasn't the case for everybody, though. I look at my grade and I'm like, why the fuck do I have a 70 for my evaluation? Like, what the fuck going on? Like really, who did that? Like, on some real shit, like, who did it? So one of the girls in our group, like, I did it. Keep in mind, we all been knowing each other since freshman year, so it's like we're friends and shit like that. Yeah, we couldn't get along, but you want some lame shit, like. So the professor gonna email us again on some more shit, like, one of the sections in y'all project was plagiarized, the whole thing. Who plagiarized? Shorty girl that gave us bad grades in our evaluation plagiarized the whole part, then took it out of her day to give us low grades. Got caught and still didn't apologize about giving us low grades. What the fuck type of shit was that, bro?
Okay, so I just saw this TikTok of this girl talking about what is the grimiest thing that her friend has done to her, and I have like a short story. It's grimy, but it's not as grimy as you guys think it might be. But anyways, so it was when I was going to Ferris for my first year, freshman year. I met this girl, and we became friends. Let's call her Anna. Anyways, Anna would give me some of her clothes that she outgrown, and you know, of course, when I put an outfit together, I make sure that bitch look good and fire. Like, I want all eyes on me when I'm walking by. Anyways, she would take them back, and earlier in this year, she admitted to being jealous of me because I made them look good, so she would take them back. So, yeah.
What's the grimiest thing a friend has done to you?
Okay, you guys, so I seen a couple other people doing this trend, and they just, are saying, like, what's the grimiest thing that their friend has ever done to them, or whatever. So I was like, ooh, I got a good story. I remember this one time. So I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and, say it. So y'all remember this one time back in, what was it, like 2016, my 11th grade year in high school. I remember this girl, me and her was friends. Like, it was a group of us. We were all friends or whatever. And this particular girl, she wasn't even, like, a part of the group. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she got brought in by one of the other girls. But you know what I'm saying? We show love. You fuck with her, I fuck with her. You know what I mean? So like, I became real cool with the girl. Like, I would chill with the girl. She would come to my house. I would go to her house. She would give me rides. Boo, 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 boo. Because I didn't have a car. She did. I would share clothes with her. Blah, 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 blah. All that. The whole 9 yards, right? And this girl was a year older than me. So I remember one time I was supposed to be going to work. I was grounded or whatever. I called out of work and still told my mom I had to work. And got dropped off, walked over to Subway, changed out my work clothes into my little clothes or whatever. And I had my friend come and get me. And it was gonna be like her, a boy that she was messing with, the boy that I was messing with, that's my baby daddy, sadly, to this day. And so yeah, so it's like a group of us, like 3 girls, 2 boys. No, it was 3 girls, 3 boys. And it was like the other 2 girls was messing with the other boys, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So it ended up getting too late. Like, my mom found out I was not at work or whatever. I was like, oh shit, I gotta go. So like, I had already fucked with the nigga I was fucking with, right? And so I had to leave. Like, they was all still together. I had to leave. So I guess I did not find this out until like 3 months later. But when I left, the girl had, you already know what, with the nigga I was fucking with. And how I found out was because the other girl that was there too, that's like more of her bestie little friend, you know what I'm saying, out the group, she was like, I know something about Jeffrey that would make you never want to fuck with him again. And then so I told him, like, what is she talking about? Like, do, you know what I mean? So he ended up telling me, which is the only reason why, like, I still wasn't fucking with him, but it was like, you kept it real, you know what I'm saying? Kind of, y'all. I was really slow. But yeah, that girl fucked my nigga, and she had fucked the other nigga the same night. So like, bitch, you just nasty and grimy as fuck. And her name was Michaela. And I don't give a fuck. And her last name was Ron. I think. It started with the R. Some shit like that. But yeah, hoes just grimy. And yeah, that's why it's really hard for me to befriend a bitch.
So I saw a post asking, what's the grimiest thing a friend has ever done to you? And I wanted to share because there's some grimy bitches out here, y'all. Here we go. So I met a girl named Destiny off Twitter, and I was a teenager, and I was just, happy to make friends. So I was really open to this friendship. So one day, Destiny texted me, and she's like, oh, we should finally hang out. So I'm like, yeah, I'm so excited. First of all, Destiny's not even the person that came to pick me up. It was her nigga and another guy, random guy. So already, red flag. But I get in, because I'm like, they're going to take me to see my friend. It's her boyfriend. Like, why wouldn't he? And I was right. They took me, we went to get Destiny, and then we get back in the car and head to their friend's house, who I'm going to call Trayvon. So we get to Trayvon's house, and, we're cooling, we smoke, just regular stuff. And then they're like, oh, well, let's go watch a movie. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I guess. So we head down to the basement. As soon as we get in the basement, Destiny and her boyfriend start making a lot of innuendos, like making out, being just very overtly sexual in like a very weird fashion. It made me really uncomfortable, obviously. So, then they go upstairs. They're like, oh, well, we're going to go take some alone time. And I'm like, okay, weird, but okay. So I'm downstairs with Trayvon, and I'm like thinking nothing of it, because I'm like, all right, he doesn't seem like a weirdo. Wrong. So this man gets under some random covers that just so happen to be present and starts watching porn. Full blast, full volume, watching porn on his phone. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, are you good? He's like, oh yeah, I'm just watching a movie, like really trying to play shit cool. I'm like, really? So like I said, I was uncomfortable, so I went upstairs. They come up almost instantly, everybody. So I'm like, yeah, y'all was on some weird shit. Like, whatever y'all were doing, I was not a fan, and you became aware of that, and now you're upset. So yeah, they rushed me home, like literally rushed me home. And then as soon as I get home, I get a text from Destiny's boyfriend and Destiny talking about, oh, well, I think you're too into Destiny. She's just really not into you like that, and so y'all can no longer be friends. I'm like, Destiny, the same bitch that was sending me nudes and telling me how much you're awful, meaning her boyfriend. I'm like, yeah, so really y'all were on some weird shit. You wanted me to fuck your friend, and I wasn't down, so you got upset. That's only one of my grimy friend stories though, y'all. This is really from the past. I have a lot more recent ones.
So I saw this trend on TikTok, what is the grimiest thing a friend has ever done to you? And I decided to use this platform, since motherfuckers don't know me on here, to, spill tea and shit that I don't do on my other platforms that niggas know me on. But I had this friend in high school, and we were best friends. Like, we weren't best friends the entire time in high school, but we were best friends junior and senior year. Like, that was my bitch. I was her prom date. We would go everywhere together, leave school together, go get high, all that good shit. And that was just that was my bitch. But she was a lesbian, so I knew all her tea. I knew all of the bitches at the school she was fucking. I held it down, wasn't saying nothing, you know, holding it down like a real ass G. And she ended up getting into some ghetto ass shit where she sleeps with like two best friends, of which I knew, when we were in high school. And one of the best friends was so devastated and hurt when she found out that she decided to let me know that this lesbian fucked my nigga 6 months to a year prior. And I mean, this was before we went to prom together, before we like really started hanging out together. And I was like, bitches are toxic. Why would you do that? Why would you fuck a nigga and then proceed to build a closer bond with the person that he was with? And at first she cried, did the whole, oh my god, you guys are in such a good space, I really just didn't want to, you know, mess up what you guys had going on. And I was like, you a real grimy ass bitch. You been in my bed. Like, we are friends, not even on some school shit. Like, you are one of my fucking homies, and I was in foster care and all type of shit. So she was there during a really rough time in my life. So I was like, nigga, wow, I could really fucking rip your fucking face off. And then to add icing on the cake, once she realized that I wasn't going for it, I wasn't trying to fuck with her no more, she tried to spin the narrative that he, you know, R-worded her. And of course, wasn't going for that. We had several issues and altercations after this situation because she was really wilding the fuck out. And this was after, oh my god, the point is, she did that. Then when I confronted her about it, she's like, oh, well, I never said that. And just because you don't use the word, we are all grown. We are, at this time, we're all 17, 18 years old. You know the stigma and you know the strength in the things that you say. So when she made the comment and basically tried to insinuate it, but then her gay best friend, a guy that went to school with us that I was also really cool with, gave me the real tea and was like, oh no, we were all together hanging out perfectly fine. She went to go get some perks, went to go get some weed, and then, you know, basically that was the compensation for the bud that she had been getting for whatever the case. And I was like, wow. And apparently it wasn't the first time that it happened. It had only happened twice, but whatever. It is what it is. Everybody grown. Fuck these hoes. End of story. But yeah, that was the by far grimiest thing, but we got a lot. It's a few.
So I seen this TikTok that said, what's the grimiest thing your friend has ever done to you? And I got y'all. I'm ready to tell my story. I'm in between clients right now, so I got a little time. But yeah, let's get right into it. So when I was in high school, I had like this friend group. Nah, this friend group was honestly weird because like, it was mostly, okay, so it was like, I had a friend and my friend had a big sister. So basically the group consisted of everybody her big sister wanted to be in a group and whatever. But it was mostly like really people that she fuck with. And like everybody was kind of like family in some type of way, except for me. So yeah. This group was toxic as fuck. Like from the very beginning of being in this group, I can tell they really didn't like me like that. They used to always throw jabs at me. You know, it was just like a lot of shady shit going on. However, I was a dummy, so I thought they was my friends. So around this time, we all lived in the same neighborhood and went to the same school. But I ended up moving and going to a different school. However, I still used to catch the bus to the old neighborhood to see everybody, you know, just in general. Being that I didn't live there anymore, of course, I didn't get to see my friends, but I didn't get to see my booze either. Like, so it was this one particular day that I decided to catch the bus over there. We was all gonna meet up. I think it was a party going on or something. But I had decided before I go meet up with my friends, I was just gonna stop at my boo house, which shouldn't be an issue. Apparently it was, and my two friends out the group got mad because I stopped to go see my friend before I came to them. So I get there and they blowing my phone down. And I'm telling them, just give me a second. I haven't seen him in a while. Like, I'm definitely still coming out with y'all. I'm definitely still going to the party. I'm just give me a second. And out of the blue, her sister, my friend's sister, called me and told me to come outside. So I'm coming outside and I'm a little confused because my friend wasn't outside with her. And it's just her big sister, her big cousin and her friend. So I'm coming outside and she basically telling me that I have to fight her friend over my position in the group. And I'm telling them like straight up, like, no, y'all can have a position. I don't give a fuck about this group. Like it's not that deep to me. That group was weak as hell. Like I didn't give a fuck to be in it. So mind y'all, my friend is the one that told her sister where I was at. But like this video for part 2.
If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. And subscribe. We publish new videos every day.